guys, today is story time, and I don't really make these videos because I don't really have a topic today, but I want to tell you a story and how I felt about the story, because I just saw like all of my extended family that I grew up with that I haven't seen in about 8 years. So obviously there's something that's gonna come out of that, right? Since they haven't seen me like this. Also, why the hell am I wearing a t-shirt right now? My door's closed, my window's closed, my fan is off. There's no ventilation here. I'm like, the cats are like dying. They're like, so right, so right now, let's just get it in. Let's not do a 19-year video. In and out. So my granny passed away on the 1st of May, and they waited until like the 25th to have the funeral because her sister was coming into Montreal anyways, blah, blah, whatever. Anyways, so the funeral, like, it was like the night was like the wake, and then the morning was like the funeral and then the burial. And then we all went to lunch or something like that. So we went at night, and my two aunts were there, which I've seen, you know, recently. And then one of my cousins was there that I hadn't seen in a long time. Now, the thing is that one of my aunts is very like rude and very racist, very homophobic, very transphobic, sexist even. So it's kind of hard to talk to her, right? Especially me when it me. So I knew that I was going to be misgendered the entire time. I knew that I was going to be called a different name, and I don't want to like make it about me. My granny's funeral, you know? But I don't know, I just kind of wanted to not deal with it, you know? And just be like, come on, man, I haven't seen you in so long. You don't even remember who I am. I'm kidding. But anyways, right before we went, my stepmom was telling me how my aunt, the racist one, let's just call her that, which is, I'm sorry if you're watching this, but you know, you said some comments that were really not appropriate a long time ago and now and all the time, whatever, anyways. So she apparently kept saying, no, it's birth name, and she. And then my dad was like, you can't call them that anymore because everything has changed. The birth certificate has changed. Honestly, I don't know what pronouns he used, so I'm just gonna use he. He probably said she just to like, for clarity purposes, but whatever. So like, he changed all of his information, his passport, his birth certificate has changed. You can't say the old name anymore. We use a nickname because that's only between us. It's between like my dad, my stepmom, and my sister. Those are the only people who can use this specific nickname, which kind of resembles my old name but is very vague. Because it's like, it starts with a different letter and stuff like that, whatever. And then my aunt kept saying, no, I don't care, it's birth name. And then my other aunt jumps in, it's just Chase, it's Chase, just deal with it, it's just Chase. And I was like, when my stepmom told me this, I was like taken aback, because in my mind, I feel like I'm still getting misgendered and they're not using my real name, like my dad, my stepmom, and my sister. And I guess I never realized until my stepmom told me this story that this nickname that they use is only between them, and they understand that no one else is allowed to use that and everyone else needs to say Chase. So part of me is like, wow, you actually understand how fucking horrible it feels when I hear that name. But for them, it's like, this nickname is so not, it's kind of close, but not really, that it's okay just because they're so used to using it. So I think that I'm going to become more okay with it. And I'm not changing and I should like be mad at them and getting them to change. It's not like that. It's like a mutual understanding, I feel. And this is like growing. This is growth for us. So to me, I don't know, it was really interesting to have the dynamic and like understand how they were thinking, and I was like, wow, I cannot actually believe that you understand. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, long story short, that's what happened. So when we were at the wake, my aunt, racist, was introducing me to some random people. I have no idea, like, I don't know, I think it was like some aunt or something of theirs, I have no idea. And my dad's name is Philip, okay, and my aunt looks at me and she's like, this is Philip's son. I'm like, I'm just like waiting to see how she's gonna introduce me. I'm like, So I go, I'm like, yeah, I'm Philip's son. And she looks confused. I thought Philip had a daughter. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And she looked confused, not like confused, like, what does that mean? But like, literally, like, what are you speaking English? Like, she didn't understand anything. Then her friend that was beside her was like, oh, she understood right away. And she tried to explain it. And I'm like, I used to be Philip's daughter, now I'm Philip's son. And she's like, oh, everyone's doing that nowadays. But the point of this story is that my aunt literally looked at me and said, "This is Philip's son." So I think that like she actually kind of realized like, oh, you got a beard, you sound like male, you look male, I can't say she anymore, or so I thought. So to me that was like, wow, fuck, they're actually trying. This is like, wow. And then it all went down the next day. To, I think, 2 or 3 separate groups of people that I was being introduced to. They were like, this is Philip's son, and then like blah blah. And then when she would come around and be like, oh, that's Philip's daughter, and then like my old name, and then she, and the people around literally, like, one of the groups was just looking at really confused, and I was like, I'm not gonna bother with any of this. And then the other group of people was like, they looked, and I was like, no, I'm Philip's son, Chase. And then they were like, and then my aunt looks at me, oh, I'm sorry. So I like kind of feel bad. Maybe she was just like preoccupied with the funeral and stuff like that, but whatever. The point is that like, she made progress, but then like it kind of went back, but it was still like, But I think what's really awesome is that all of my cousins that I actually talked to, because like some of them, like actually the men I didn't even talk to, and all of my other cousins were just like Chase, and none of them used my old name except one time where they were talking about me in the past and things that we had done, like memories. So in that moment, to me it's okay, you know, like I don't know how else to explain it. Like I understand the circumstances that we're in, and I understand that it's okay that, but like right after she said it, she looked at me, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, but that used to be your name and that's the past. I'm like, I know, but you can still, I mean, do whatever you want right now, honestly, whatever. But I guess it was almost like things had changed, but I was still like part of the family. And it wasn't my fear that I wouldn't be part of my family. It's just, you need to understand, the 2 aunts that I have and my 7 cousins, I literally grew up with them. I was an only child, and then they had, like, one of my aunts had 3 girls and the other one had, 3 boys and 1 girl. So like this was my family, right? This was the people that I grew up with. I hung out with them all the time. One of my cousins, we were best friend, hung out all the time. Like it's, I know that some families, like they're not very close to their cousins, but me, it was like very, very close. Hung out with them every weekend. So it was kind of like hard to not see them after like 6 to 8 years. I mean, I saw them when my dad was sick, and like one of them talked to me on Facebook and stuff like that, and some of them have me on Facebook, but it's not the same. And I don't know, it feels good to know that I'm still like part of the image of our family, Ross. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyways, I'm also going to see all of them again at the wedding that my cousin is having. Like, my younger cousin is getting married, and on like the end of July, and we're all going to be there again. So I guess this, as bad as an event as it was, prepped me, and I feel less anxious about the wedding and about seeing all these random people. I'm still going to get misgendered by my aunt and like all these things, but knowing that my cousins have already like seen me like this, because they had not seen me like this at all, it's going to be easier at the wedding because we could just hang out instead of worrying. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, we're gonna find some old pictures that we took when we went to like Marineland, and we're gonna recreate the picture. I think it's gonna be awesome, just cause like, I don't know, I feel like I don't really have a sense of family, like extended family anymore, and it's hard. I mean, I have my dad, my stepmom, and Sky, and Sky is my sister, such a trans name, but I don't know, like it's always been them, right? So it's interesting to know that I still have a big family. Even though it is really hard that my granny is gone, honestly, like it's hard, and I don't know how to explain it, because she had like a couple of strokes and she lost her memory a lot, and she kept asking the same kind of questions over and over again, so it was kind of sad. But I kind of feel like she left us a long time ago, so I'm like super sad right now. But honestly, being at that funeral and like open casket really reminded me of Poland, and I feel absolutely horrible for thinking that and thinking about a different funeral and a different person who died, you know. But it was really hard to like think of these 2 like amazing women who are gone in the same year within like 5 months of each other. So it is pretty hard, and I really haven't processed it. As you can tell, I'm like fine. I still haven't processed the first, like in January, the person who passed away there. And going to Poland. I went to Poland. I went to a fucking funeral in Poland. I was there for a week. It's not a thing that has happened. The first 6 months of like, first 6 months, we're not even in June, whatever. The first like 6 months of this year have gone by so fast. I still feel like we're at the beginning of February. It's very strange, and it's like going too fast, because I feel like I'm still stuck in January, the week that person passed away, and it like hurts a lot. But anyways, that's not even part of this video. Story time is like getting long again. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So like family dynamics are like changing. It's interesting, and it's like cool that my dad is kind of like understanding. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I talked about this a little bit in the podcast. I talked about this the entire podcast that Aaron and I did. You're So Brave. That's the name of our podcast. Check out episode 8. That's where I talk about it. I will link it down there. Thank you for listening to my story time, even though it was a little bit sad. But you know, whatever. We'll get through it together eventually when I process this. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.